Good morning, children. Welcome back. In the last class, we had discussed about trigonometric functions and its inverse through graphs. If you remember, I have shown you graphs and you have seen how the domain and the principal value, branch or range exists or is defined for inverse trigonometric functions. Today I have come with a very important topic, that is properties of inverse trigonometric functions, without which you will not be able to solve any of the problems on inverse trigonometric functions. So as I told you yesterday, after we finish the class, you all are going to write all the properties on a piece of paper and you are going to read it daily so that it will become fit in your brains. Okay, so that when you look at a problem, you are quickly reminded of the properties and you can be doing it. Okay, so let us look at the properties, children, one by one. So I have different sets of properties. So let us start with set of property 1. It says that sine inverse of sine of x is equal to x, where x belongs to closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. That means sine inverse and sine inverse will get cancelled. Right, that is what you mean here. It will get cancelled for when your x belongs to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. If you remember, children, this is actually your range, right? Range of your sine inverse function. Otherwise, what will happen? You will not have existence of sine inverse functions, because you know that sine function was not injective, right? When we define the domain as closed interval minus 1 to 1, then the range was minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, because of which sine inverse turned to be injective and onto, so we could write sine inverse for sine of x. If you remember, just see the table here. Okay, if my range is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, my domain is minus 1 to 1. So because my x is coming from there, sine and sine inverse can be cancelled. Similarly, tan inverse and tan and tan inverse will get cancelled if your x belongs to open interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Why there is open interval? If you remember, in the graph we have seen dotted points, right, which I called as breaks, where your function is not defined. So you can see very well here, if my range is here minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, and then the domain automatically happens to be real number, and I have tan inverse, because I am guaranteeing the injectivity of or the bijectivity of my function tan inverse. We saw that injectivity was creating us more trouble, right? Similarly, cosec inverse of x, my x here, if my x for this cosec function, if I am restricting it to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 minus 0, okay, then what I will get is nothing but cosec inverse and cosec will get cancelled and you will get back x. Okay, or the other way around, you can say that you are making this as the range for your cosec inverse function. Okay, range for cosec inverse function, and if my domain, and for that you know that if I consider the domain as real number minus open interval minus 1 to 1, then cosec will have cosec inverse. Is that clear? So all the bijectivity of these inverse functions are preserved here. So you can see that all these range of my inverse functions I have taken so that this property can be very well used. Similarly, children, you can see that cos inverse of cos of x is equal to x when your x, okay, when this cos, okay, next to this x is coming from 0 to pi, or indirectly, as I said before, if my x is from closed interval 0 to pi, then in this range my function appears to be having one and only one, right? All the images here happens to be one and only one. Okay, now next one is sec inverse of sec of x is equal to x. So x belongs to closed interval 0 comma pi minus pi by 2. You remember, children, these all are coming from my range of my function sine inverse, cos inverse, tan inverse. Okay, so in this, if your x happens to be in this range, what happens? Your inverse trigonometric function outside and your trigonometric function inside can be cancelled. Is that clear? So just have a look at here. Sine inverse sinus of x is sin x. Tan inverse of tan x is tan is x. Cosec inverse cosec get cancelled. Cos inverse cos get cancelled. Sec inverse sec gets cancelled. Cot inverse cot get cancelled, provided your x is strictly this, because in this interval only your x will be having X will be having all unique images, right? Or the reverse way, if my range is this for my trigonometric functions, then only cot and cot inverse can be cancelled. So children, these properties are based on the principal value, branch or a range of your inverse trigonometric functions. Now I am not going to prove all of them, children. I am going to prove one. Okay, remaining all can be proved in a similar manner. And always remember that results are used mainly for solving problems. Okay, very rarely it is asked to prove the properties. Okay, even if it is asked, you can do it. I'll show you one. But the more important is for using these properties. Okay, so let me start with the first one. Let us prove sine inverse of sine of x is equal to x. Alright children, so what I am going to do is, I am going to prove that sine inverse of sine of x is equal to x, where my x is coming from closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Alright, now what I am going to do is, I am going to define this sine x as y. If this sine x is y, children, then we already have seen that the graph of sine a, in the graph of sine x, the sine x maximum value was 1 and the minimum value was minus 1. So what will happen? Your y will be belonging to closed interval minus 1 to 1. This we have already seen, right? You can already seen yesterday's table. Also you can see the range is minus 1 to 1. If you remember the graph, sine is oscillating between minus 1 to 1. Okay, so now if I am going to write here x equal to sine inverse of y, children, I have to be careful. I have to be careful that if the sine has to become sine inverse, then it should satisfy the condition of domain and range of inverse trigonometric function of sine inverse. And yesterday we have seen that if my domain of the inverse function of sine is restricted to minus 1 to 1, then what happens? In this range, what happens? Your function becomes bijective and your sine becomes sine inverse, and all the unique images, right, from your domain set is having range as minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Is that clear? So I got here x equal to sine inverse of y. Okay, but what is, children? What is, children? Our y, we have started y with sine of x. So here I have proved the first. Here I have proved with the first property, which says that sine inverse of sine of x equal to x. Very, very, very easy function. Okay. Now similarly, you can prove all those another relations, all those other properties. Alright, now let us come to the second set of properties, that is property number second set of property, right? If you look at the first set of property and the second set of property, it is just the position is just changed, right? That means this time inverse trigonometric function is taken inside and the trigonometric function is taken outside, but the answer is the same. Both will get cancelled and you get the same answer. Just have a look here. Sine of sine inverse of x is x. Cos of cos inverse of x is x. Tan of tan inverse of x is x. Sec of sec inverse of x is x. Cosec of cosec inverse of x is x. Cot of cot inverse of x is x. That is true, but the very highlighted point is this can happen only when your x is of this type. Yes or no, children? Otherwise, sine and sine inverse will never get cancelled, right? This is true here. Just see here. Just compare here, children. Here I should have my, you know that my final x, right? My final value of any sine function has to be between minus 1 and 1. It was oscillating, right? Just now I told you. So what happens? X belongs to minus 1 to 1. Right. Similarly, your cos also, it was oscillating between minus 1 to 1. So this final x has to be between minus 1 to 1. Similarly, if you remember the function of tan, right? The graph of tan was this way, right? With all the breaks. So it was covering the entire real number, right? So that's why it is x belongs to R. Right. Similarly, cot also, similar to the tan, the final value of the range of this cot was real number. Similarly, cosec of cosec inverse of x, if you remember, there was a small interval between -1 to 1 where it was not having any cosec function, was not having any images, right? So again, cosec of cosec inverse of x is x. You can check from this table. That's why I told you to prepare this table. So unless this table comes in your head, it's not at all a problem. And always remember, children, in the exam you have to guarantee that cosec and cosec inverse or sine inverse will give you back the same real number or the radian measure only if it happens to be in the respective domain and the range. Okay, so please have a recitation of this kind of things. Okay, or you try to remember the graph of inverse trigonometric functions. For the normal trigonometric functions you have already learned in your class 11, right? Inverse trigonometric functions you have to study it very, very thoroughly. Alright, it will be lifelong useful for you if you can continue for your higher studies in mathematics. Alright. Now here also, children, I am not going to prove all because we are more conscious about how to use this. Okay. So anyhow, I will show you one, right? So let us prove the first one, that is sine inverse of sine inverse of x is equal to x for x belongs to closed interval -1 to 1. The same way here I am going to prove it. Prove that sine inverse of x is equal to x for x belongs to closed interval -1 to 1. So this time x variable is used now, so I am going to use the term in the bracket as y. So let y equal to sine inverse of x. Y is equal to sine inverse of x, children. I know that for x belonging to closed interval -1 to 1, your y belongs to, this is your range for your inverse trigonometric function sine, right? Sine inverse. Yesterday we have seen this, right? So what will happen? Yes, now it means that sine inverse is very well defined, so I can take it this side. So what will happen? Now I will have sine y is equal to x. But what was our y, children? Our y was sine inverse of x is equal to x. Okay, where x is belonging to closed interval -1 to 1. So I am able to prove this. You can have a look here. Very simple, it's very obvious. You need not practice it also. On the spot you can do this by assuming element from inside the bracket as some another term. Okay. Now proceeding to the third set, formulas also I think it is very easy to recollect, right? Now here we have something different. Okay, now here we have property number 3, which is different from set of property number 1 and property number 2. Okay, let us just have a look here, children, for 1 second. Yes, now let's see. Sine inverse of -x is equal to minus sine inverse of x, where x is coming from closed interval -1 to 1. Cos inverse of -x is pi minus cos inverse of x, where x belongs to, again, it is coming from closed interval -1 to 1. Tan inverse of -x is defined as minus tan inverse of x, where x is coming from R. Alright. Sec inverse of -x is defined as pi minus sec inverse of x, where x belongs to real number. From real number you are excluding your interval, open interval -1 to 1. You can see that the formula of cos inverse and sec inverse, they happen to be somewhat similar, right? They happens to be somewhat similar, not similar, but something of the same kind it is written, but x is different. Okay, similarly you can check cosec inverse or cosec inverse of -x is equal to minus cosec inverse of x. That is also something similar to minus sine inverse of x, but the range is different here, right? Similarly tan also, it is resembling to your cot. No, sorry, tan is not resembling. Tan inverse is minus of x, cot inverse is pi minus cot inverse of x belongs to R. So you have to study this, okay? No other help. Okay, you take a paper and write all the properties, then every day you read it, then you will be through. Okay, children. So I'm not going to prove all. I will prove 1 or 2. Okay, because this time one is in pi and another one is without pi, no formula. So let me prove. Okay, don't get worried. Let us do it. Okay, so first one, let sine inverse of minus x is y. Now children, we know that since x is coming from closed interval minus 1 to 1, what will happen children? Right? X is coming from here means what? Minus 1 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 1. Right? Now you multiply by minus sign. So what will happen? The inequality will change. Yes. So you can see that even if I multiply by minus x, the range of the element minus x is same. So I can write here very well that minus x also belongs to closed interval minus 1 to 1. And yesterday we have seen that for such choice of domain, your y belongs to closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Yes. So what will happen? Why am I doing this? I am guaranteeing the existence of sine inverse. So that sine inverse will go this side, and you will have the sine function there, because sine also, you know that if the domain of the if this has to come here, your range has to be minus 1. Yes or no? So because range of sine function is minus 1 to 1. So and I have guaranteed here after solving this that minus x also happens to fall between minus 1 and 1. So now what I can do children, in the next step I can pull this sign this side. So it will be minus x equal to sine y. Okay, so what will happen children? This will be x equal to minus sine y. Now yesterday I told you about odd function and even function. Sine is an odd function, so I can take minus inside. So this will be minus of y. Okay, now again I can take this side because I have guaranteed the domain and the range, right? So this will be sine inverse of x is equal to minus y, because my now what happened? Now y becomes my range and x becomes my domain. So I can see my domain is from minus 1 to 1 and my range is from minus pi by 2 pi by 2. So once you guarantee this, no, both the sides you can move here and there. So now what will happen? But what is my y children? Yes, my y is nothing but sine inverse of minus x. So what I have proved here children, if I rewrite it, if I take this here, you will get sine inverse of minus x is minus sine inverse of x. Okay. Yes. Now let me take another one. Let me prove the second one. Okay. Second one says that cos inverse of minus x is pi minus cos inverse of x. Okay. So let us start with cos inverse of minus x. Okay, so let y is equal to cos inverse of minus x. If you remember yesterday we have seen that now here in the question it is already given x is coming from closed interval minus 1 to 1, and we remember that for this kind of x coming from your domain for cos inverse, your y will always belong to closed interval 0 to pi. Yes. Now why am I writing here? Because children, if x belongs to closed interval minus 1 to 1, minus x also belongs to closed interval minus 1 to 1. Just now I have shown you this trick. Yes or no? Yes. So I have guaranteed when y becomes my domain or when y becomes my range, I have guaranteed that cos and cos inverse can move here and there. So now what I will get children? I will get here cos y is equal to minus x. Is that clear? So what will happen? X will be same as minus cos y. Okay, but I know that children, cos of pi minus theta is cos of minus cos theta. Cos of pi minus theta. Yesterday we have done one problem like this, right? Cos of pi minus y is minus cos theta. Yes. So what will happen? Your cos of pi minus y, here I have substituted here this. Is that clear? So in next step what will happen? Because of my choice of this function y pi minus y, okay, pi minus y, or if you get confused, I'll rewrite it as cos inverse of x will be equal to pi minus y. Yes, why I can do this children? Because pi minus y, if I do if maximum my y becomes y, it will become 0. Maximum if it is 0 again pi. So you can see that pi minus y will also fall in this range. So that's why cos inverse can be pulled here. So this is cos inverse of x is equal to pi minus, what is our y, children? Cos inverse of minus x. So what will happen? In the next step, if I take it, this term here, so I will get cos inverse of minus x is equal to pi minus cos inverse of x, which is my second property. Just have a look here. Here nothing I am doing, children. I am just pulling cos to your left or cos inverse to your right or the other way around, but only thing is I am guaranteeing that x and y is not moving outside the domain and range of cos and cos inverse. Is that clear? So this was the third set of property. Now let us go for the fourth set of property. Just have a look here. So you have sine inverse of 1 by x. Very interesting. It becomes cosec inverse of x for x greater than or equal to 1 or x less than or equal to minus 1. Similarly, cos inverse of 1 by x is equal to sec inverse of x for x greater than or equal to 1 or x less than or equal to minus 1. Similarly, tan inverse of 1 by x is defined as cot inverse of x for x greater than 0. Okay, why is it so your x is given such range, children? Because just have a look at the table here. You can see here, children, your sec inverse, your cosec inverse, they all are defined for your domain like this. Yes or no? Just check tan inverse also. Cot inverse also. Yes. Right? Only for those value of your domain, your cosec inverse, sec inverse, cot inverse exist. Okay. Yes. That's why we have included this in the definition. Is that clear? Let us prove it. Okay. So let me do first one. Solution of, proof of first one. So let me take, say cosec inverse of x. Let me use some another variable y. So because of my choice, just now I told you, because of my choice of cosec inverse, I can very well move this side, right? Because when I move here, my cosec inverse, that side, children, so what will happen? Your range, right? Your cosec inverse, when it becomes here cosec y, your what will happen? Because of your choice of your range, right? See here, what is the range of cosec here? R minus open interval minus 1 to 1. What will happen? Your cosec will be defined for all real number except n pi, because your sign becomes 0 in the denominator for cosec, right? Cosec is 1 by sine. Yes. So what will happen? I can write it as x equal to cosec of y. Right. Now children, what will happen is, so what will be 1 by x? 1 by x will be 1 by cosec y. So 1 by x will be equal to sin y. Now because of my choice of my x, what will happen? This will not be 0. Right? You have values less than minus 1, values greater than 1. That means you have excluded open interval you have excluded the region. Open interval minus 1 to 1. Right? So what will happen, children? This sine function can be taken here. So sine inverse of 1 by x equal to y, that is nothing but your cosec inverse of x. Did you get me, children? Yes. Okay. That's all for today. I'm not teaching all the properties together. You may get confused. So please look at my video closely. Then you are thorough with property 1, property 2, property 3, property 4. Next time when I come, I will continue with the next 3 set of properties. Okay. Until then, please go through the formulas, go through the tables. Then only we'll be able to solve problems after that. Okay. Thank you, children.